Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, and with me, as always, is June Liu. How you doing, June?
Good.
So today we are talking about the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Todos Los Dias Toro. Cigar is 6-inch by 52 ring gauge, comes out of the Hoya de Nicaragua factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper, binder, and filler are all listed as Nicaragua. Um, Stark difference in the detailed descriptions from previous cigars. Blended by Steve Saka. Price point is $12.45. Cigar was released in August of 2017. So with that out of the way, June, what was your pre-light experience like?
It was good. I mean, first, for how meticulous Steve Staka is, I mean, all his cigars look really nice and pristine. So, beautiful Colorado red wrapper shade. Veins really well pressed, seems tight. Punch roll, really good from give throughout. Cap, well done, triple cap on the head. Smelling the wrapper, I got a cedar, toasted wood, and this like grilled barbecue kind of a note coming through. Smelling the foot, uh, very strong sense of white pepper, spicy cedar, a little bit of plums coming through as well. Cold draw, cedar, and haze. So overall, very good pre-light.
Yeah, for me, a lot of the same stuff that you got, so I won't go over it again. But in regards to the bands, it reminded me a lot of Silver Mesa, not just because of the not because of the colors, because the colors are different, but it's like kind of that dullish color for like the silver and the other colors. That's kind of similar how the Silver Mesa was. Looked very, I think the script kind of very similar. Just the whole layout was fairly similar. So it looks really nice. I'm not saying that it's not good. It has that. It reminds me of that. So that's just something kind of took away. So let's get in the flavor profile. What was your thoughts first third to final third?
First third, I got just the thing about the cigar is you get really distinct notes. Uh, Dry red pepper, kind of like a cayenne kind of a pepper to it. Dry cocoa, a little bit of a gritty dirtiness going on. Red pepper is probably the most engaging part. It felt right in that rear palate, kind of hitting that, like that the beginning of the throat, right? So retrohaling gives a deep red pepper, sharp cedar, toasted dry nuts. Finish, it really layers that entire palate with that dry red pepper and that slightly gritty, earthy dirtiness to it. Strength, it ramps up to full, just inch and a half in. I mean, it was like my head was spinning by that point. So it took really no time to let you know that you're in for a really strong nicotine experience. And body slightly above medium. Move on to that second third. Same core flavors, but I felt like it was more of a better melded profile at that point. Still, very red pepper forward, dried cocoa, gritty dirt, just very full distinct notes of all of those things working better with each other. Retro brings intensities of red pepper, sharp cedar, toasted dried nuts. Finish shifts to more grittiness and that dirt kind of earthiness and minerals as well, with less of a dry red pepper coming through. Strength and body unchanged, still full on strength and essentially medium body, a little bit above medium, really. Last third becomes more dry cocoa and gritty dirt oriented. The dry red pepper is still there, but it's more of a complement to those other two flavors. Pepper, however, is still deep when you retrohale the cigar. On the finish, minerals, gritty dirt with less dry red pepper, strength and body still that full and medium. So all in all, a very impactful, robust kind of a delivery.
Yeah, for me, the cigar started off with a big dose of cinnamon, kind of similar to like a hot tamale candy. There was also a little bit of wood that came in kind of shortly after the cinnamon would hit on the draws. A little further in, the wood moved slightly ahead of the cinnamon, and the retrohale carried kind of a very creamy cinnamon note to it. Half inch in, a little cream joined the wood and the cinnamon, making like a really nice complex profile there. At an inch in, that retrohale still carried a spicy cinnamon along with a little bit of cream to it. And then a little further in, that cinnamon picks up some and was even with the wood, and the cream was still in the background. And there's like a really long, spicy finish with it. And strength in that first third was slightly above medium for me. Getting the second third, the wood became more defined as oak. It was kind of back up front with the cinnamon and the cream in the background. A half inch in, that oak gained a damp note and a little bit of a char, kind of which rounded out that cinnamon and cream notes. At an in-shin, that dampness faded back a bit, so it was in the background with the char note. And as the third was coming to a close, that dampness in the char had went away, and the oak was kind of left with a little bit of a darker profile, and the strength had moved up to medium full. Getting into the final third, kind of more of that dark oak note, a little bit of slight bitterness joined in. Half inch in, that dark oak note was becoming even fuller. There was a slight mintiness in place of that bitterness. Retrohale was carrying that full dark oak note, and that's kind of how the profile ended. And it's really full dark oak, a little slight mintiness to it, and strength remained at the medium full mark. So in regards to construction for burn and draw, what was your experience like?
It had really good performance on both burn and draw. I rated the burn very good. Just minor touch that was needed within that first third, but other than that, really solid ash marks, 1 inch increments, relatively straight burn, a cool and slow smoking experience. In terms of draw, I thought it was perfect. It was just enough resistance, just enough airflow. So all in all, construction is fantastic.
Yeah, burn was a little bit wavy for the first third, and then it's kind of straightened out. I did have to do a relight in the final third. Ash was holding on 1.25 inch increments. That was pretty nice. In regards to the draw, just a little bit tighter than I prefer, but it didn't cause any issues with the smoking experience, so not really that big of a gripe. So overall, what were your thoughts on the cigar?
To me, this is no doubt the strongest Dunbarton Tobacco Trust offering. But it's important. It's very important to know that it's not just strength just to have a strong cigar, right? So it's strength and flavor combined pretty well together. Spicy, earthy, cocoa, and it's that grittiness, that dryness within those flavors that matches the strength of it pretty well. So it's a pretty good pairing in that sense. I say definitely pick some up if you want to know kind of like one of the better renditions of what strength and flavor is like out there and how it's done right. But if you don't like strong cigars, I'd stay far away from something like this.
Yeah, the cigar started out with a dominant cinnamon note, and that was kind of right up my alley, so I was digging that. But that kind of got lost in the second, third, and beyond, as that oak note was kind of the primary flavor component. Like you said, definitely a cigar for the fuller strength smoker. For me, it was medium full most of the way. Full for you. I kind of wish that complexity of that first third would continue on a little bit further into the cigar. So I'm kind of hoping that get to try a different Vitola, see if there's anything that shines a little bit better in a different setup. But I think fans of Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, are going to do well in picking some of these up. It's like you said, it's definitely the full strength offering. But I'm definitely looking forward to smoking more of these. It was definitely a good experience. So, getting to the scores, I gave it a 6.82, and you gave it a 7.07. How do you think that matches up with your experience?
Good. I rated the flavor profile overall very good, and overall really good construction remarks. As the year goes on, I'm gonna have a hell of a battle with figuring out my top 25 because I think pretty much probably 70-75%, if not more, cigars that are reviewed so far this year has hit that range.
Yeah,
this range. So. What does that mean for me so far this year? It's a good cigar, man. It's strong, full, but it's tasty. Wouldn't turn down, smoking more of these. Yeah.
Yeah, my matches up well as well. We were fairly close. It's just a slight difference in some of the scoring, but otherwise, mainly I think it's probably more around the construction than anything else. So we were pretty similar in regards to the flavor scoring. So, yeah, I think it's a good cigar. Definitely full, and like I said, I want to try some different Vitolas, kind of see where the sweet spot is for this line. So, any other final thoughts from you?
No.
All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us, but also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Be sure to follow us on all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. And you can catch all of our podcasts, all our review caps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.